Sometimes the biggest breakthroughs come from the simplest ideas. Well, today we're going to talk about exactly that, a super simple idea that completely changed how AI thinks. Seriously, it took it from just being a smart guesser to something that can actually reason step by step.
Okay, so let's start with this question that was driving researchers nuts for years. How is it that a huge AI model can write a beautiful, complex poem, but then turn around and totally flub a math problem that a kid could solve? It just didn't make any sense. What was the deal?
And this really lays it all out, right? Before this big idea, AI was stuck in that left column. It would give you these super fast, super confident answers that, well, were often just playing wrong. It was like a student just guessing an answer to get it over with. The goal, the dream, was to get to the column on the right, an AI that slows down, thinks things through, and, you guessed it, shows its work. So this gets us to what we can call the smart guessing problem. And this wasn't just a small bug, it was a fundamental flaw, a huge wall that was holding back what these incredibly powerful models could really do. The best way to think about it is this. Models like GPT-3 were like these brilliant students who've read every book in the library but just refused to show their work. They had all this knowledge, but when you gave them a logic problem, they just skipped the hard part of thinking and jumped to an answer that felt right. And that, of course, led to some pretty spectacular failures.
All right, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? How do you teach a brilliant, but frankly, lazy guesser to actually think? Well, it turns out the answer was borrowed from basically every math class ever. It's the simple but powerful show your work idea.
The official term for this is chain of thought prompting, and the idea is just genius in its simplicity. Instead of just asking for the final answer, developers started giving the AI examples where the problem was solved step by step. They spelled out the logic. The goal wasn't just to teach the AI what the right answer was, but how to get there. This quote just nails it. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. By seeing these step-by-step examples over and over, the AI starts to learn the process of reasoning, building a foundation for answers that are way more reliable. So what's actually happening inside the AI's, mind? It's basically learning a three-step dance. First, it breaks the big, scary problem down into smaller, bite-sized pieces. Then, it kind of thinks out loud, solving each little piece one after the other. And finally, it puts all those little solutions together to build a solid, well-reasoned final answer. And this simple change in how we talk to the AI, it led to absolutely incredible results. We're not talking about a tiny improvement here. This was a massive, genuine leap forward that basically shocked everyone in the field. Get a load of this chart. On a really tough set of math problems, a state-of-the-art model called Palm was only getting about 18% of them right. That's not good. That's a failing grade. But when they used chain of thought prompting, its accuracy shot up to 57%. It literally went from failing the test to passing it with flying colors just by being taught how to think.
I mean, to put a number on it, that's more than a 3 times improvement in its ability to reason. That's not just a minor tweak, that's a game changer. It proved there was this latent intelligence in these models, and we just had to find the right way to ask for it.
But you know how it is, with every big discovery, there's always a little twist, there's a catch. And understanding this catch is really the key to figuring out where all this is headed. So here's the nuance. Chain of thought only seems to work on the really big models. Smaller models, they try. They'll copy this step-by-step format, but they don't actually get the logic. The source material compared it to a small kid making silly mistakes, which is just perfect. It suggests that the ability to reason isn't something you can just program it. It's an emergent property, a complex skill that just sort of pops into existence once a model gets big and complex enough. Kind of like magic. So when you zoom out, this whole chain of thought discovery represents a massive shift in what we want from AI. We're moving away from these mysterious black boxes that spit out answers with no explanation. Now, the goal is to build AI that can actually explain why it gave you that answer. And that's absolutely crucial for building systems we can actually trust and rely on. And that's what I want to leave you with. Teaching a machine to just show its work unlocked this whole new level of reasoning. So if an AI can now reliably explain its thinking process to us, what comes next? What new possibilities and maybe what new challenges does that open up for all of us?